as dawn slowly paints the Bosphorus Strait in shades of gold. A gentle mist drifts across the pointed towers and ancient rooftops of Istanbul. The city awakens quietly, suspended between two continents and countless centuries. Rising above the water on the Seraglio hill stands Topkapi Palace, once the seat of power of the Ottoman Sultans, a place where empire, ritual, and silence shaped the destiny of millions. For nearly 400 years, Topkapi was not only a royal residence but the beating heart of the Ottoman Empire. From here, sultans governed lands stretching across Europe, Asia, and Africa. Yet unlike the grand palaces of Western Europe, Topkapi does not overwhelm at first glance. It conceals its power behind thick stone walls, revealing itself gradually, patiently, as if testing the intentions of those who enter. The imperial gate stands firm and dignified, marking the threshold between the ordinary world and the inner realm of authority. Beyond it, the sounds of the city soften. The distant rhythm of waves from the Sea of Marmara blends with birdsong from cypress trees, creating an atmosphere of calm restraint. Power here is not announced. It is implied. Topkapi was commissioned in 1459 by Sultan Mehmed II. Known as Mehmed the Conqueror, shortly after he captured Constantinople. Rather than constructing a single monumental structure, he envisioned a complex of courtyards, gardens, and pavilions. This design reflected the Ottoman tradition rooted in nomadic culture, where rulers lived close to nature, even at the height of imperial control. The palace unfolds through 4 successive courtyards, each more private than the last. As one moves inward, access becomes increasingly restricted, mirroring the hierarchical structure of the empire itself. Space here is a language. Every step forward signifies trust, rank, and privilege. The second courtyard opens wide, framed by elegant colonnades and shaded trees. Rising above it is the Tower of Justice, a silent but constant presence. From this vantage point, the Sultan could symbolically oversee the meetings of the Imperial Council, known as the Divan. Governance at Topkapi was designed to appear balanced and measured, even when absolute power rested in a single hand. The architecture here avoids rigid symmetry. Instead, it flows gently, echoing the curves of Arabic calligraphy. Marble columns support domed roofs, their surfaces softened by time and light. This is an environment designed not to intimidate, but to command respect through harmony. One of the most captivating elements of Topkapi is its use of Iznik tiles. These ceramic masterpieces, crafted with extraordinary precision, cover walls and corridors in floral and geometric patterns. Turquoise, cobalt blue, emerald green, and coral red come together in compositions that feel alive. Under sunlight, the tiles shimmer softly, transforming stone passageways into gardens of color that never fade. At the Gate of Felicity, the palace reaches a point of absolute separation. Beyond this threshold lay the private domain of the Sultan. Coronations were held here, ambassadors received, and decisions made that would alter the course of history. Despite the presence of thousands during ceremonies, silence was strictly enforced. Even footsteps were subdued. Power expressed itself through stillness. Nearby, the imperial treasury safeguards objects that once symbolized unimaginable wealth. The Spoonmaker's Diamond, weighing approximately 86 carats, rests quietly, its brilliance undiminished by centuries. Jeweled thrones, ceremonial swords, and gold-encrusted relics speak not only of luxury, but of an empire that commanded global trade routes and cultural exchange. Yet Topkapi's splendor was not limited to material riches. During the tulip era of the early 18th century, the palace gardens became the stage for night festivals unlike any other. Thousands of rare tulips bloomed beneath candlelight, with small lanterns attached to tortoise shells moving slowly through the grass. The result was a dreamlike spectacle, where light and color dissolved the boundary between reality and fantasy. Within the palace walls, the imperial kitchens operated like a city of their own. Dozens of towering chimneys still stand as witnesses to the labor of hundreds of chefs who prepared meals for the court. The guards, and the palace staff. The air once carried the aroma of saffron, rosewater, slow-roasted meats, and fresh bread. Cuisine here was not indulgence alone, it was ceremony, discipline, and hierarchy on a plate. Silk kaftans embroidered with gold thread were carefully preserved, each pattern holding symbolic meaning. These garments reflected rank, favor, and authority. Clothing at Topkapi was language, just as architecture was. The most enigmatic part of the palace lies beyond guarded doors, the harem. Often misunderstood, it was not merely a place of leisure, but the private household of the sultan, governed by strict rules and overseen by the Valide Sultan, the mother of the reigning ruler. The harem functioned with its own complex order and discipline. Narrow corridors lined with richly tiled walls lead to private chambers and courtyards. Light filters through stained glass domes, casting shifting patterns across marble floors. The beauty here is intimate, but it carries an undercurrent of tension. Beneath the surface elegance lay competition, ambition, and profound isolation. One of the most tragic institutions within the palace was the cafes. Known as the Golden Cage, princes who stood in line for the throne were confined here to prevent civil war. Surrounded by luxury yet deprived of freedom, they lived in uncertainty, gazing out through latticed windows, waiting for either a summons to rule or a silent end. It was a system designed to preserve stability, at great human cost. Women of the harem, regardless of their influence, shared a similar fate. Removed from their former lives, they navigated a world of power without visibility. Letters, glances, and whispered alliances carried immense weight. Their resilience, though rarely recorded, remains woven into the fabric of Topkapi's history. Today, Topkapi Palace stands as a museum, welcoming visitors from across the world. The sultans are gone, but the presence of their world remains. Sea winds still pass through the balconies overlooking the Golden Horn. Iznik tiles retain their color. Stone absorbs silence. As sunset descends, the palace glows beneath the fading light. Minarets and domes cast long shadows against a violet sky. Topkapi becomes once more what it has always been, a storyteller. It speaks of glory and restraint, of beauty shaped by power, and of lives lived within walls both protective and confining. Leaving Topkapi, one carries not the impression of excess, but of depth, a form of authority that did not need to shout, a beauty that revealed itself slowly, and a history that continues to breathe through stone, tile, and light. Thank you for walking through this timeless place, and for listening to the quiet echoes of an empire that once shaped the world.